Welcome along to my player rating show here on the Football Martin channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please do get involved in the conversation below. Give me all your player ratings because I want your thoughts on how players performed yesterday against Stoke City. So we are going to work our way through the Saints 11 that started the game. We'll also look at the substitutes and the impact or no impact that they made. So I'm going to start with Gavin Bazunu in goal. It's probably his worst game so far this season, if we're totally honest. I thought we could have done better with the second goal. If I'm totally honest, it's been hypercritical, but it was at his near post. I think he'd be disappointed with it as a goalkeeper. I think he's had a really good season, but I still think his distribution was decent at times. I still think he at times when he claimed the ball, he distributed it to the fullback really quickly. But I don't think it was his best game. You have to be ultra critical as a goalkeeper, which he will be, and he will be really, really disappointed with that goal. Yeah, he will be. That second goal, no doubt about it. Also, there was the challenge with the striker that threw himself down. I actually thought he done really well there. So I'm going to give him we're ranking players out of 10, which is what I always do on the channel. I did this with Football Dad last time around, but I'm doing it on my lonesome today. But just to say, Football Dad will be joining me for the Football Martin podcast tomorrow. So there will be another show dropping tomorrow. Bazunu, out of 10, I'm going to give him a 6.5. I don't think that's been harsh. I think that's been fairly fair. Give me your thoughts in the chat below. Central defence started with Harwood-Bellis, Wood and Stevens. Stevens playing on the left side. I thought that was quite a wise move that he linked up quite well with Wellington till Wellington got injured. And I thought that combination was better than the Quasi and Wellington link up last week, which obviously was a bit of a nightmare. So for me, I'm going to go with Harwood-Bellis first. He scored the header. It's a good header, by the way. And he had another header cleared off a line. He's easily a 7 out of 10 yesterday. He's a good 7 out of 10 yesterday. I don't think he had a terrible game yesterday. I heard a lot of fans saying he wasn't very good yesterday. I actually thought he did okay yesterday. Nathan Wood, a lot of fans saying when he come off, actually, we went on to concede. But I thought Wood did all right yesterday. He was one of the positives yesterday. But I still think the mobility of Quasi and the speed and the pace of Quasi's why you play a back three, in my opinion. I think he works really well, Quasi, in a back three because of his pace. I know he had a tough game at Ipswich and everyone's talking about, he wasn't good enough. He's had one bad game. How getting drops yesterday affects him, I think it'd be interesting, actually. But I do think Quasi will come back in for the Norwich game. I do think he'll start the Norwich game. So for me, Nathan Wood is a 6.5. The same with Jack Stevens. How he ended up last man for the second goal is quite beyond me. It's beyond me. But as a captain as well, he'd be angry that we were committed so many men at 1-0, because it was at 1-0 with 70 minutes on the clock. The amount of men we committed when they scored the second goal was ridiculous. And the manager will be really, really, really pissed with it. I'm going to look at the midfield too now. Charles and Downs. I don't think Downs has got going yet at all. And I don't see in this system how you can play 3 at the back and 2 holding. I just don't see that working. It doesn't work. Do you really need to play 2 holding, 2 sixes, a double? It's almost like a double pivot, really, with 3 at the back, 3 centre backs. I beg the question whether there is more of an opportunity to play someone with a bit more flair. But if he's got a number 10, and we sign that number 10 that he so wants, that may not be an issue. But for me, Flynn Downs, because that's who I'm ranking now, out of 10, I thought it was a 6 yesterday. I thought he was poor. He got bit off the ball a few times I didn't expect. It just wasn't his best game. And again, as a player, he would know that. He would know it wasn't his best game yesterday. He would know that. Right. Charles, I thought he was a real positive in the first half. Don't know if he played as well in the second half, but I still think he's the better of the two at the moment. And he has come back a better player. I saw someone on X yesterday said during the game, what's all the fuss about? What's happened to him? He was the best championship midfielder last season. What's happened to him? I just think we're trying to gel as a team. He's trying to settle himself back in. It was probably tough for him to come back. A club that didn't want him, didn't deem him to be good enough. He'd probably be a bit hurt by it, maybe. I think I would be. But he's a professional athlete. He's paid by Saints, so he needs to come back and do a job. I thought he did okay yesterday. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. I didn't think it was a terrible performance. Wellington. Gutted for Wellington yesterday. Obviously got injured 21 minutes into the game. I thought he was doing okay up until that stage. My dad said to me, Wellington was terrible. I didn't think he was terrible. I thought he did all right, to be fair. A 6.5 out of 10. I was gutted for his injury, and I don't think it would be a good injury. No injury's good. When you see the stretcher come on, you know it's bad. Gutted for him. I saw him hobbling on his crutches, leaving St Mary's yesterday. So best wishes to Wellington. I hope he recovers quickly. I do believe that we'll see us keeping Charlie Taylor now, who would have potentially probably left in the window. But that will give Charlie Taylor an opportunity to stay, because we will need 2 left backs. Manning did okay there yesterday when he came on. And Manning for me was a 7 out of 10. Easily a 7 out of 10. Give me your thoughts on that. But Wellington, gutted for him. Ryan Fraser, another good solid performance. Tracks, works hard, gets crosses in the box. I thought his deliveries at time were really good. I think he's a top player. 7 out of 10. I'd go 7.9. I'll give not quite an 8. I'll give him a 7.9. He, for me, is one of our highest rated players in the team yesterday. Mateus Fernandes, give the ball away a lot yesterday. I still think he's an 8. I don't think his body language was it wasn't quite himself yesterday. There's a lot of speculation around him. There is a lot of noise around him, and it must affect him. And no doubt he's got an agent in his ear. I think there's still a chance he goes. I think he will, if the right bid comes in, if West Ham really, really want him, he'd go. But I don't think he was at his best yesterday. And a lot of people said in the warm-up his body language was a bit off. I didn't see it. But if you did, give me your thoughts on Fernandes. I still think he played well yesterday. Even though he wasn't quite at it, the Matty we know, he's still good. He still works hard. But he's just a hard-working player. He's not a creative player. He's a player that gets box to box. He's just got an energy about him. And I still think it's a world where he stays is a really slim one. Going to give him I have to give him a 7.9 out of 10. I still think he's quality, even when not being at his best. Robinson, I thought it was his poorest performance of the season so far, probably, and he hit the post simultaneously yesterday. He did get beaten off the ball quite a bit yesterday by their right back. I thought their right back was good yesterday. I thought he was really Shamadou. I thought he was really, really strong. Shamadou against him. That's how I pronounced it correctly. I thought Robinson had a tough day yesterday. I thought it was a 6 out of 10. Just wasn't quite. It's a lot to ask him to keep doing what he's doing. Great goal at Ipswich, but it needs to be looked after. Adam Armstrong is a 9. I don't know why we're doing it. I don't know why we start with Adam Armstrong as a 9. For me, 6 out of 10. One of the poorest players in the first half. And how he fits in the system, I've said it in my post-match reaction video. I don't know where he sits in the system. I don't think it suits him playing where he's playing. I really don't. But I don't see where else he plays if Steele's going to play this system. Where does Adam Armstrong fit? Talk about the substitutes that come on. I've covered Ryan Manning. Damien Downs. Thought he was anonymous. I remember touching the ball 3 times. Couldn't get into the right positions. Scratching around. He needs to find some rhythm. It's too early to judge him, but he's a young man. And I don't really feel a young man right now is what we need up front. I'm sorry, but I think he's going to be a good player. It's a 5 out of 10 performance. He really struggled. He was anonymous for large parts. But he will come good. I'm not on his back, first and foremost. And I do think he will come good. Ross Stewart. He come on for Nathan Wood, 68 minutes. Big miss, though he was offside. I'm going to give him a 5. again, really struggled to make any impact. Substitute that didn't make any impact, unfortunately. Give me your thoughts in the conversation below. Cameron Archer, he come on with 10 to go. Couldn't get into it at all. 5 out of 10. Come on for Robinson. Just couldn't get into the game. I still see him as a 9, playing off the shoulder of the defender. But I'm not sure he stays in this window. I'm going to put it out there now. I'm not convinced he stays. He will be fuming he's not playing. He want to be playing. He'd be wanting to play football after a tough season last season. And then Roslev come on as a substitute. 6 out of 10. I thought we did okay. Didn't do a great deal wrong. Hard to judge him on that. That wraps it up for me, really, in terms of player ratings. I'm going to have a quick look at some of the match stats from the game yesterday. Saints' expected goals yesterday, 2.59. Didn't get anywhere near that. Ball possession, 65% compared to their 35. 18 shots compared to their 12. 18 shots, and people say we're not creating. 18 shots at goal, but only 2 were on target. That's the problem. They had 12 shots, but 4 on target. Big chances, we have 4 compared to their 3. Then you look at the other statistics. I'm grabbing these on Flash Score at this moment in time. Saints have 4 big chances compared to Stoke's 3. Passes, pretty even, really. You look at it, passes. Yeah, 87% of Saints completed their passes compared to 74% of Stoke City. I thought Stoke were really good, by the way. I spoke about it a lot on a lot of the channels I've been on and a lot of the podcasts I've jumped onto today. Stoke podcasts. I've been complimentary about them because I thought they were good yesterday. I thought they played really, really well. I want to look at the goalkeeper saves. Gavin Bazuna with 2 saves, but Victor Johansson, just the 1 save that he had to make yesterday, and that was from Taylor Harwood-Bellis. And that corner, good header, but a brilliant save from Victor Johansson. And I thought his distribution was phenomenal for the second goal. And a massive shout out to Stoke. My final thoughts on Stoke, actually, and their performance yesterday. I thought they were brilliant. I thought the 2 wide man, Sorba Thomas, was excellent, absolutely brilliant. I thought he was a real handful, probably the man of the match. Manhoef, I thought Millie Manhoef, he was good. I thought he was really good, both wingers. And actually, when the centre forward got sent off, I don't think it massively changed the game, actually, because they could have played without him, and they were still so effective in the way they were playing. The 2 holding players in midfield, Lewis Baker and Seko, I thought they were good, and they really and truly ran the game. And this is a side, yes, they've made a lot of they've had a lot of transfer business, but they were only they only just stayed up last season. So their start of the season's been brilliant. Aaron Cresswell, left back, 2 good fullbacks, by the way, for them. Yeah, I thought Cresswell, what a good signing, by the way. Great business from Stoke. I thought he was probably one of their better players, but I thought man of the match, if you had to pick one man of the match for yesterday's game, player of the game, for me, it was Thomas. It was Thomas. I thought he was so good for Stoke yesterday. His player rating actually on Flash Score was 8. I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. He played the 90 minutes, scored the 1 goal, 3 shots, expected goals 0.44. Shots on target the 1, shots off target the 2. And I thought all round his game yesterday was brilliant. He had 36 touches, but his pace and power going forward was absolutely brilliant. I did think the way he dribbled the ball and the way he wanted to go forward, I think he's a great bit of business for them. They'll be good this season, Stoke, and I don't think we will face many better sides than Stoke yesterday, which I know sounds crazy. Right, give me all your thoughts, all your reaction in the comments box below. I want all your thoughts on my player ratings and a bit of final word from today's game. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see you again in another video very soon.